Okay, a final blow off top is coming, and altcoin season, the proper altcoin season is finally here. Do you agree with that? Or do you think it's not going to happen again? Fake out again this time? I will show you guys today 3 or 4 small coins that could rocket, right? First of all, have a look at this. No one's talking about this right now, but look at this. This is Bitcoin dominance. This is as important as it gets on the daily chart. And look what's happening here, right? It's about to retest this trend line. Now, we don't want this trend line to break out, but here, look at this. One, you've got key support at 58%. We want this to keep on dropping. That means basically Bitcoin would be losing ground against altcoins, right? And usually when altcoin season starts, which as I've been saying since April, it has already started, right? Basically, it should be dropping like this really fast. It goes up by the escalator and comes down by the elevator, like as we have seen in the past, right? So here, we put it on the weekly chart. Here is 2021, right? Altcoin season, pretty much from start to finish, December 28th to, this was May 10th. 4.5 months, 4 months, 10 days, it was done. And here, right, basically we can see this was a quick drop as well. So 2021, quick drop as well, right? And here is where we are. So I'm thinking this is probably, even though this is strong support, we can see why 58% was support. This is the level I called for all along, but I do think we're at least going to get to 54%, right? Why 58% is important? Because look at this. This is 58%. Pivot bottom here, pivot bottom here, pivot top, right? And a few pivot tops here. So 58% is a major level. That's why we're getting this bounce. I think we're more likely to touch this line or wick through and then come down to 54%, right? That means ETH were one of the big coins such as XRP, BNB, Solana is going to lead the next wave up. Bitcoin should bounce up, but it's going to be one of the alts leading. What we don't want to see is for this to break through and do something like this. We can still get to 60, 61 and then turn down, but that's just a more waste of our time. But that's what the scenario we want to see is this rather than breakthrough, retest, and then come down. That can still happen. And then you have to draw a second trend line. That just means a slower rate of descent, right? Something like this. Now, 54% is the key to watch. Why is that? Because we've had this fake out. This fake out back in December, right? That ended the mini altcoin season we had. That finished around 54%. And look, a bunch of bottoms, bunch of tops here. We spent weeks here. We spent many weeks here. This is a weekly chart, by the way. 54%. Yeah. So yeah, that's the scenario for Bitcoin dominance, and ETH Bitcoin looks even more interesting as well. But first, let's have a look at Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin, as I've been saying, got rejected exactly at the level I was talking about, which is, and you wonder why Bitcoin isn't pumping all that much yet. Well, because stock market was actually down on Friday, even though the jobs report gave us great hope of multiple rate cuts coming. So here's the thing. I said, look for a rejection here around 113 point, let me put it on logarithmic, 113.5-ish area. We got to 113.47, right? Very close. So here's the scenario I'm looking for the guys who are short-term traders. Basically, like the more optimistic scenario is if we do shoulder, head, shoulder, something like this, and boom, up we go, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder, and up we go. And this right shoulder, if it was to form, probably goes down to something like low 108, like 108.1, 108.2, that area, bounce off the bottom of this channel, and up we go. Because as I've been saying to you guys, this channel actually works, right? We've had it respect the top, why not respect the bottom, and bounce and up we go. So then that's a shoulder, head, shoulder, a small one. But a worse scenario is we actually took out that low, because there will be a lot of stops here for the longs. Right? I can see the exchanges also wanting to take out that low, and then we wick through. Finally, we get that wick through scenario I was talking about, scare everyone, and then boom, up we go. I'm not bearish at all right now. I think that jobs report basically tipped everything in our favor, right? And as I've been telling you guys 2-3 videos ago, there's even worse job report revising everything down that's coming. And Bitcoin's down this weekend because the stock market SPY is down this weekend. Let's see. Let me just get the SPY chart for you guys. But before we get onto that, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo He-Man use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means even the exchange can't see who you are. That means the IRS can't see you, tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you, right? So that's why I made this deal with them, trade with Pablo to win $25,000 bonus, right? And every week, that's a weekly competition, by the way, weekly, not monthly. And every week there's a chance to win $2,000, $4,000, $8,000, $15,000, or even $25,000 just by in the top 60th, right, of trading volume. Just trading volume, top 60, and you get to win a prize. Or weekly competition, just by being the top 10, you get to win a competition prize through P&L, profit and loss. Right, so like it's limited time only, guys. Limited time only. Offer ends in 5 more days, so get onto it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on Pablo's any other platform, then just click on my profile page, and there's my link tree or Stan link, and it should be the first deal that pops up when we click on it, because it's a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But keep in mind, this is only on the Pablo He-Man link, only on the Pablo link. So the SPY, the bad thing was this. It actually opened, right, with a gap up, and then basically came straight down. So it was pretty sketchy, to say the least. Here is the hourly chart of the SP500 ETF. Basically gapped up on the open and then kept on going up, right? Swung down and then boom. That's when it gapped up and went up, made a new all-time high, I believe, yeah, because Fed is about to cut rates 2 or 3 times in a row now. And then, because the bad jobs report, but then some real adults came into the room and said, hang on, that's not good news. That's bad news. That's like recession is coming. Boom, they started dumping. So the market is worried about that, but should we be worried about it? Well, let's look at the weekly chart, because the weekly chart actually, sorry, that's the monthly. Yeah, we're nowhere near the monthly. So click on the wrong button. Here's the weekly chart. Weekly chart doesn't look too bad. Look at this. So I was worried about we've got it on logarithmic. So I was worried about this topping tail. I said it would take probably 2 weeks to fix itself up, right? It didn't take even more than 1 week, right? So at least this is a good bar. Technically, to beat this topping tail, we need to close above top of the tail, which is 649.5. We need to close above 69.5 on a daily or a weekly close to be 100% confirmed that we've beaten this this topping tail. But so far this bar still looks good for a weekly bar, right? Highest weekly close for a weekly bar, that's a solid close, right? And it's another day we've closed above the key support line, the key trend line, right? Look how important this trend line is. Yeah, it's basically the COVID rising wedge. Came out of COVID, right? Bounce, 2022 bear market, bounce up, Trump crash due to tariffs, and now we're closing above that trend line, heading for that 5 zone I've been talking about, which is roughly in the area of high 600s, around 670 to 700, somewhere around there. Blow off top, and then big bear market to come. So let's have a look at a few of the altcoins that I've been talking about. First of all, Yoruba Crow, make Crow great again. That's actually the name of the Trump meme coin. Sorry, not the Trump meme coin, but that's actually a real company about to be listed on the NASDAQ on Monday. On Monday, the 8th of September, right? There's a company listed on the NASDAQ called MCGA. It stands for Make Crow Great Again, but the actual name of the company is something like Trump and Crypto.com Investment Trust, where something like that. It's a very officious name, and so from then on, people are going to talk about the word MCGA a lot, right, with a dollar sign in front of it. But get this is now listed on Forbes. This is Forbes magazine. Can you believe Forbes magazine listing a tiny meme coin like this? I mean, this is something I called out a while ago when it was like under 1 mil, easily under 1 mil, and now it's only 1.9 mil. It's only barely, not even doubled yet. But like, this is okay. They even have a write-up about it, right? Make Crow great again, born from the ashes of bear market, rallying cry of every Crow holder who remembers the glory days. I can't believe I'm reading this on a Forbes website, powered by Crow Fam community. Anyways, like, I don't endorse any of this. None of the coins I talk about in this episode are sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I can legally say I'm not sponsored. Okay, so but if these guys want to sponsor me, yeah, get contact with me. I'm happy to hear the offer. So the other coins they list are like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, TRX, all the top ones. So this is I just think it has more room to run. It's just that unfortunate that Crow itself is only stuck at 29 cents. Okay, so what's another coin? What's another coin that we think? Here's the chart of Crow, by the way. Yeah, I really like the chart of Crow, by the way, because look at it. It's just, I don't know if you want to call that a bull flag. It's basically like that is as much of a bull flag as it can be. There's barely any pullback here, right? Barely any pullback. Like, if we can get above 2.7 million, right? Boom, something like this, next leg up. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good consolidation, I would say. Speaking of which, what's another coin that is doing great consolidation is one that is topping the charts right now, and that is Wire. Like, have a look at the Wire chart. It will also see the same pattern, which is basically, here's the daily, another what looks to be a bull flag. Not as regular, but still decent looking. So maybe I would draw something like this, connecting these two bottoms, right? And then connect something like these tops. So basically, we're looking for some sort of breakout here, right? Go to 10, I think that's 10 mil on the market cap, and then keep going. So basically, it's, I mean, for this coin, I've spoken to, as you guys know, I've actually interviewed the CEO or founder, Ryan. I can't remember his last name, but Coonan, yeah, Ryan Lunan, and again, not sponsored. Even though I interviewed him, not sponsored, right? Because I called this coin in my Discord first, diamond section, then VIP section, and I made the video available like 24 hours later. Just made this great run, 60x run, crazy run, and of course, after so much profits, you would think it would pull back, digest a little, and that's what it has done. So the key here is to hold this level. Let's see this level, yeah, 0.00378 or 3.8 million, because that was the all-time high. And okay, another key level, we can even call it that, this key level. And be interesting to run a Fibonacci on this to see if Fibonacci works on this or not. So here was 10 mil. Here was, where's the bottom on this? Okay, here. A very low number, and okay, we hit the 0.382 pullback, typical for a crypto, and now we're sitting at pretty much 0.618. 0.618. Yeah, and yeah. Okay. So like the catalyst, the news that this founder told me, you guys probably have heard by now on the when I interviewed him, was that they're going to use the fees generated by Virtues, because this is traded as a Virtues AI agent. They're going to use the fees from Virtues to burn more coin. They already use the fees from their real life business. Their real life business is an on-ramp, off-ramp for large clients, what they call over-the-counter OTC clients into the crypto world, often using USDC. That's why they're a partner with Circle, and basically they use those fees generated to burn part of those fees to buy and burn some of the coins, and now they're gonna use the fees generated from the Virtues protocol as an AI agent for the transaction fees to also burn and buy and burn coins as well. And also they're trying to buy a bank. They're deep in the midst of a negotiation right now. They've hinted at that many times. They just can't give away the details and name the name of the bank whilst they're still negotiating. And the entire team's docs. These are banking folks. So I don't think they're lying, right? Let's see how that story pans out. And here is One Liberty Fi, the Trump coin. Okay. Voila! In my very last video from yesterday, I showed you guys my buy order right here, right? I mean, I literally said, look, guys, here's the bull flag, here's the flagpole, here's the flag, right? I was buying it at this 18 cents, 17.8 level at the bottom here as it was dipping down. I said I expect it to go down as low as 17.3 here. It got down to 17.3233. Right, this is price on Bitunix, by the way, on where I'm trading it. On other exchanges, might vary a little bit. So I'm buying spot here because I was already buying futures, and well, that took a bigger pullback than I expected, as people know. But now it's back to the price, roughly back to the price where I entered, and but I'm glad I added to my position down here, because it's basically like of the whole Justin Sun debacle, and I spent the last 2 or 3 videos explaining some of this, so you guys who've been following me or who are in my Discord should already know what's happening. And look, I mean, it's basically we broke through this flag, came back, retest this flag, and then this 21 cent area was marked on my chart yesterday as a key resistance area. It's really, really important. I think market is about to close in about, daily close in about 4 hours or 2 hours from now. And it's really important, if we hold this and close above here, then we bounce. Okay? So then next major level would be this one here. Since we've had 0.23 cents. Since we've had a number of pivot tops here and pivot bottoms here. I'll name one more here, right? 0.26. I think we break through all these and then have a run up to at least 30, 35-ish area, at least 30, 35 cents area. Justin Sun is getting short squeezed. So yeah, I mean the Trump's totally screwed up. If they actually, I've said this for the last 3 videos, if they actually do a vote with community members to say, hey, can we lock some of those coins, which doesn't need to be unlocked, like the marketing budget, like the ecosystem budget, like the ALTS, which is Alt Sigma, the treasury stock on the NASDAQ. If we put those coins locked and put it on an unlocking vesting schedule with little bits unlocked every month, the whole problem be solved. That this thing could go to 80 cents to $1, whatever it is. So these are the 3 or 4 coins that I'm keeping an eye on. Also, maybe we'll get a Solana season as well. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. Catch you next episode.